welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a 20-week pregnancy update. I thought that I would come on here since I was halfway through my pregnancy to give you a little update about what's been going on, how I've been feeling, products that I've loved, things that I've had to change or do differently throughout the first half of my pregnancy. The first thing I wanted to talk about was any physical symptoms that I've experienced so far. So early on in the first trimester, I definitely had sore boobs. I was very tired. I would be falling asleep on the couch at night at like 7 o'clock at night. I would wake up from sleeping through the whole night and still feel tired, still feel like I needed to go back to bed. I definitely had to pee a lot more frequently. I was waking up in the night, sometimes once or twice, to use the washroom. And I had some aversions to red and white onions, especially when they were raw. I felt sick to my stomach, but that was usually in the afternoon, not so much in the morning. I was lucky enough to avoid morning sickness, and I didn't actually throw up at all, so I was very lucky, very lucky. In terms of cravings, I didn't have very many cravings. One of the biggest things I wanted was usually potatoes, like French fries or potato chips. Even now, I still find that I want French fries or potatoes. Dill pickle chips was a big one, but I think it was mostly just because we had some dill pickle chips in the house. So, you know. So I wanted to talk about things that I've had to change up in terms of diet and exercise. So for my diet, I've kept it pretty much the same. I did increase my calories a little bit. We normally would have eaten low carb throughout the week with higher carb days on the weekend. We continued to do this. I added some yogurt and some milk and more cheese to try to get some more dairy into my diet, but that's pretty much all that's changed. In terms of exercise, during the first trimester, I kept it pretty much the same as what I was doing before I got pregnant. I continued to do weights and cardio. My main goal was to get the cardio done because there were some days where I was so exhausted that I didn't want to do anything else. It was hard enough to get myself to do the cardio, let alone a 50-minute weight workout. So if I got 30 minutes of cardio in 5 days a week, I was happy. And then once I got into my second trimester, I was feeling a little bit more energized. So I continued with the weights. The only thing that I really had to change was into the second trimester, I stopped doing so many crunches and sit-ups just because it got more difficult when baby got a little bit bigger and took up some space in the abdomen. But I've switched it up for some more pregnancy-friendly exercises for my core. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was some of my favorite products that I've been using so far in these first 20 weeks. The first one I'm going to talk about is my Yeti. So the Yeti really came in useful, especially early on. We're up here at the cottage a lot where normally we do have a couple drinks. So what I would do is pretend to mix drinks in my Yeti and no one would know any better. It looked like I was just trying to keep my drink cold, which is also another benefit of the Yeti is I was very thirsty most of the time. I wanted lots of water and I wanted it to be cold. So when we were outside in the summer and it was hot, this mug kept my drinks so cold. By the end of the day, sometimes there would still be ice left in it. So if you're also wanting really cold water and it to stay cold, I would suggest you try the Yeti. It's worked out really well for me. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was this. So it is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Skin Therapy Oil. Now when I first bought this, I thought that it might be a little bit greasy, but it actually rubs in very easily. I put it on after I shower, it rubs in, it hasn't damaged any of my clothes, so I've been really happy with that. It is supposed to help improve the appearance of scars, stretch marks, dry, damaged skin, uneven skin tone, and aging skin. I chose this mostly because it was fairly inexpensive. It was available at my local Walmart, so it was easy to find. I didn't have to have it shipped here or anything. I do have some stretch marks already from earlier on in my life, so I'm just trying to prevent getting any. I know that it's not always completely preventable, but I'm gonna try my best by using some of this every day on my stomach, and we'll see how it goes. So the next thing that I have really been loving has been these t-shirts from H&M. It came in a 2-pack, so you get the black and the white. I talked about it on my maternity clothes try-on haul. They are just so comfortable, stretchy, and I like wearing them all the time. They're a great layering piece. So if you're looking to build your maternity wardrobe, I would definitely suggest these t-shirts. They come in a 2-pack, they're inexpensive, and they're so comfortable. They've been my favorite clothing piece so far. So one other thing I wanted to talk about was things that I've purchased so far for baby. And actually, I really haven't purchased anything. I have one onesie and one little t-shirt that we used to announce our pregnancy. That's about it. Because we are in the process of moving, I haven't really wanted to go out and buy a lot of things just because I have to store them here and then move them again. So I've been kind of waiting until we actually purchase a home before I go out and make any big purchases. Let me know in the comment section down below if you had any items that you could not live without once baby was born. I'm still in the process of making a registry. Whether or not we'll have a shower, I'm not sure, but any suggestions would be greatly appreciated since we do have to start preparing things for baby soon, and I haven't bought anything yet, so any recommendations would be helpful. So one last thing I wanted to talk about was my doctor's appointments, especially just because we're going through COVID right now, and with the pandemic, everything's kind of changed in terms of how often you see the doctor and what the doctor does. So when I first found out I was pregnant, I called my family doctor. We had an appointment over the phone where he just asked me about my symptoms. I said that I got a positive test, so he ordered an ultrasound and blood work to be done to confirm. So I had the blood work and ultrasound done at 8 weeks just to confirm the pregnancy and to confirm the date. The next appointment I had was an appointment with my midwives. It was also over the phone, which is kind of interesting that we're able to do some of the appointments over the phone. I didn't mind it. It meant that I didn't have to travel a lot or expose myself to anything else while the pandemic is going on. The first appointment was just an intake appointment, so they just had questions about medical history for both myself and Jamie, as well as if I had any concerns or questions for them. During that appointment, I got a request for blood work and an ultrasound at 12 weeks, which was just to check to see if there's any chromosomal abnormalities. So I've had 2 more appointments with my midwife since then, so 1 with my family doctor, 3 with the midwives total. At the midwife appointments, they just asked me about any symptoms or concerns that I've been having. They went over any test results that they got back, and they took my blood pressure, and they also let me listen to the baby's heartbeat, which was really exciting. So at 20 weeks, I also had my anatomy scan where we got to find out the gender, which was really exciting. And that's about it for doctor's appointments so far. So I've had my 1 appointment with my family doctor, 3 appointments with the midwives, and 3 ultrasounds. With the pandemic going on, Jamie hasn't been able to come to any of the appointments with me or ultrasounds. He was disappointed that he wouldn't be able to come. With the pandemic going on, it's understandable that they wouldn't want too many people in the offices, and they'd like to reduce contact down to a minimum. It's definitely been weird, and I know that it's something that he's missed out on so far. In the end, we're gonna have a healthy and happy baby that he'll be able to cuddle and enjoy once they arrive. So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comment section down below and I will answer them all. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.